There we go. It's been so long, meatballs. Guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? I almost forgot what the hell I had to say. It's Monday. Mischief night. Yeah. Yeah, mischief night. For you young lads, I mean, you guys don't even know about this stuff, man. The shit we had to do back then. It was fantastic. You know, I could have went with that juvenile crime thing, you know, soap on the windows or throwing eggs at a car. Nah. In our neighborhood back then, about 10 of us, give us some Boone's Farm wine and a lot of testosterone, and we go out and we would take cars. Yep. Well, we would take cars on mischief night. And it wasn't a big deal, you know, we didn't really do anything. We would take cars and move them. We'll literally physically pick them up, 10 guys, and move these cars. We literally flip them, reverse, stick them out on the road. So when the owners kind of came out, you know, that was our blue collar crime back then. And a lot of, you know, I could have stayed that way. I could have stayed, you know, stuck in that mantra back then of, you know, constantly doing the same thing. But I knew in the back of my mind that it wouldn't get me where I wanted to go. And transformation for you guys, honestly, and I can tell you wholeheartedly, and I've seen it happening in so many people, is just changing your thought process, because from that thought process, you're going to change your life process. And I got some words for you. It's called the truth in me. And if you can delve into that, see, a lot of us keep giving ourselves to other things and people. When you give yourself to yourself, you can only bring that to yourself. You bring what you truly want because you're being who you truly want to be. In other words, who you are. And I learned that. It took me a couple decades, and I finally figured this stuff out, but I'm going to get right to it. Truth in me, I have no desire to fit in. I have no desire to fit in, no plans to walk with the crowd. And I've always been that way. Part of it. It wasn't until I became that whole part that life really started to take off in so many ways. No plans to walk with the crowd. I have my own mind, heart, and soul. I am me. And it has taken me years to realize how important that is. So many of us are stuck in that old way, the mischief night kind of thinking. And I can tell you from experience, I mean, it all boils down to what you're presenting to the world every single day. That's going to present back to you your life every day. Now, the quote box today, this is relevant to that. If you want something you never had, you have to do something you never done. When I realized that I have to move towards what I want in life wholeheartedly, not one little finger in the pool or a toe in the pool. You've got to give yourself the whole heart, because the truth in me, I had no desire to fit in, indeed, but I had no plans to walk with the crowd either. So I couldn't make up my friggin' mind either way. And when you get to that point in life, you commit, is not in that quote, but that word is really important. We spend the majority of our lives, and I can say this from experience, you commit yourself to everything but yourself. But it's from yourself. Everything has to come through us to come to us. And if you can grasp that with all your heart and your soul and realize that you're the starting point. So if you're giving everything to something or someone else, like we've all done, the mistake that we've been taught in life to give ourselves away, we realize and we wonder why we're so empty. And this is something for you guys to really think about. We're all out there. You got to realize you can only attract who you are in life. This is the beauty of the law of science and the law of vibration, the law of attraction. You can only attract who you are. So if you commit to giving the world an insecure you, a lonely you, a very doubtful you, a fearful you, the universe just said, okay, it's gonna give you that right back. So when you find something that really jacks your soul, it really just jacks your soul. Like the past 7 days for me, I've been literally doing 7 days straight, overnight. Tomorrow's my first day off in, I think, almost 2 weeks. But I put my whole heart and soul into that. When you put your whole heart and soul in what you truly want to do in life, like America's Mentor and what I'm doing outside, I mean, life just changes. It, you know, here's what Rumi said. I'll make it really simple. Beautiful days do not come You must walk towards them. People think they're just going to come to you. No, Meatball, they have to come through you to get to you in life. And I have to toot some blood horn on this factor, because along with the past week of working, 7 days straight, to working overnight shifts and everything else, I got a visitor here at the loft. In other words, a permanent visitor. Well, one of my little meatballs, my mini meatballs, is now living here with me. You don't hear her. She's not here now. She's with her mom. She's chilling out with her mom. But listen to this story. Talk about if you want something you never had, you have to do something you never done. My kids don't follow me. A lot of parents can do that. I'm not going to follow dad. My kids don't follow me. But one of my kids literally followed the law of attraction and attracted to her everything she wanted and didn't even realize what she did. She wanted a different life. She wasn't happy. And she kept telling herself that all the time, and was literally emotionally bankrupt, physically bankrupt, in all these areas of her life, was not happy. I never explained to my kids anything about this stuff. I mean, I literally just do my thing, and if they want to watch what I do, feel free. That's fine. I mean, of course, they're going to want to be there when I become bigger with America's Mentor. They're, oh, yeah, I know my dad, but now it's just like a dad thing. Yeah, dad does this thing on Facebook and other areas, but which is fine. But this little meatball said, you know what, I'm not happy. Let's try to make this work. And her and I have been talking for the longest time about getting her with me in a better place. But not only did she literally just pack up everything and move, and mind you, I had to carry it up 3 flights of stairs. It's been taking me forever to do this stuff. You women are pack rats, man. I have to say this wholeheartedly, but in a respectful way. She brought new life to the loft. But coming here, you didn't even keep her old job. Left that shit too. She goes, you know what? I'm going to change completely. And I never even told them anything about this. This is the beauty of it. You change your environment. What are you doing? This is the beauty of it. You naturally change to fit the environment indeed. So if you come to a peaceful place, you're naturally going to become peaceful. In other words, you're thinking that way. That's all transformation is. If you change your environment, you're naturally going to start thinking to adapt to that environment. And not to digress from the main point of this, but basically that's all it is. You're refocusing what you've been focusing on. And when you start doing that consistently, the vibration that you're setting off that goes through you is going to come back to you. It's a beautiful cycle that we live in. I mean, if you guys can grasp this and grab life by the balls, what you truly want to have, be, and do, go at it with all your might. Like one of my mini meatballs did. God bless her. I mean, all my kids are robust. And this one just took it to the next level. She's just on her way. And I'll be right there with all my girls, obviously, to support them in whatever they do. And she made all the decisions. She wanted to change. I said, okay, I got room. I'm not using the loft. It's all yours, man. Rock and roll. Come and get it. But not only did she just say, oh, I'm going to move into a new place, she changed her whole lifestyle. And in other words, she didn't put a toe in the pool. She jumped into the pool. So if you want something you never had, you have to do something you never done. Watch. If you commit to the changes that you want,
you've got mail
that you really want to bring to life. And she's actually texting me now. Wait a minute. I got to do my live, man. She'll turn on Facebook and say, oh, Dad's on Facebook. But the point being is what you commit to is what you bring to. And when you realize that in life, life gets a lot more fun because beautiful days do not come to you. You must walk towards them. First in thought, because you're thinking about it and you start projecting it. Then you start the physicality of it by making plans and doing what you have to. Everything starts in thought. And when you make that change, that environmental change, what's around you and what you can have, be, and do in life, guys, life is fun, man. You don't get mired in this complacency of living in the mischief night like I did for many moons of keep doing the same thing, wonder why life isn't changing, when you realize you got to change your life for your life to change. You have to put your wholehearted effort into it. It may sound like a boilerplate speech here, but it's really not. Transformation is not hard. It's not. I journal every day to refocus what my beliefs are about life every day and to recondition my thinking about that. But transformation is you just transforming into something different. We've already done that since birth and teen years and adolescence. We've transformed from infants and toddlers up to adolescents, teenagers, juvenile delinquents, on up to who we are now. We've had many lives, people. We've had many lives. And today you can start creating the new life you've always wanted as well. It's your choice. Commit to put into charge and or trust. Do you actually trust the universe to give you what you want? You know, people have this thing that God's biggest blessing could be life's biggest lie. It's not. It's not. Whatever you believe in, God, energy, I mean, if whatever you give life, it's going to give it right back to you, which is fantastic, because if you keep giving that something that you've always wanted to be, life is going to give you more of that something. And you're probably already doing it now, but just you're committing to giving everything else away. Give yourself to life. Give yourself your wholehearted self. Give yourself the person you've always wanted to be, and you can only attract that in your life. You don't lose. You can't. You can't lose at this game if you commit to being that best you, because all good can come back to you, and it will come back to you. But you have to have the truth in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. In essence, the synonyms of commit is trust, turnover, and handover. A lot of us have turned over everything to someone else to run our lives, or handed over our heart to someone else to think that they're going to give us happiness. We can only give ourselves happiness, purpose, love, peace in life, because from that, we're going to attract what we want in life, the right people, the right circumstances, the right events to match that. When you start giving out empty commitments to something or someone else, you can only get back empty promises. It's the best gift you can give yourself, by committing to the universe, to the world, to yourself today, that you're going to be the best you. And you're going to have that something because you believe in that something. And when you trust in what's going on, what you can't see, in other words, you're creating out of thin air, guys. You're creating something that wasn't physically here. And when you understand the simple rudiments of quantum science, quantum mechanics, and all these things that we were never taught growing up that we had to figure out the hard way, you start realizing that life is really simple. But all you have to do is decide. That's it. Decide and commit to yourself of what you want to have, be, and do. That's it. Balls to the wall. Go at it every day with your whole heart, because when you start changing your environment, your thinking is going to start changing to match that environment. And from that thinking change is going to become an attraction change, because you're vibrating differently. You're sending out a different energy, man. This is the beauty of it. It's like you're getting interest on your savings account, but an emotional interest on your life account. And when you keep doing that every single day, life can only give you more of that. This should give all of you the most amazing feeling of peace, because what you put out is what comes back, no matter what it is. So if you're putting out negativity all day long and you wonder why your car is breaking down, you wonder why you stubbed your toe, you wonder why you're arguing with your kids, you think about what you're putting out, because you're only bringing that back, and that's affecting your environment around you. It's all proven now. You guys can do your research. I'm not here. I'm only passing on information that I've learned, and hopefully it helps you guys. So I got to go pick up my little one, man. I got to bring her back to her new home, per se, here at the loft. But guys, America's Mentor, do I remember the punchline here? America's Mentor _radio on Instagram, at America's Mentor Twitter, at America's Mentor on YouTube, guys. It's good to be back. Probably going to be nighttime hours now, because, you know, here's another beauty of this, because when my little one committed, she said, Dad, I want to do this. I need to find something different in my life. I said, great. We start jacking in the move. She gets a job that doubles her salary, and literally doubles her salary. And she can't go to the gym because she can't drive. This is my little meatball there. She can't drive, so she can't go to the gym. What does she do? She unloads trucks, man. She goes, this is my gym now. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Everything lines up for you with an open mind. Everything lines up for you if you have faith in yourself. And she's still going strong, man. So guys, for yourselves, I did it the really slow way, the real cautious kind of way of doing it. But over time, yeah, it took 10 years, but over time, it all comes together. How much effort you put into your life will determine what you bring to in life. So guys, have an awesome Monday. Watch your cars, man. If you see it moved around, it wasn't my fault, guys. But guys, enjoy your night. Happy Halloween. If I don't see you tomorrow, guys, be safe. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.